What is up, everybody? Today we're going to be doing a 40,000 mile review on our 2018 Roadglide Special. Real quick, I just wanted to come on here and talk about our Roadglide. The weather is pretty rough and it is supposed to be nasty for the next week or so. So I figured we'll do a walk around and review of 40,000 miles with this Roadglide. Let's get the exact mileage here. It's sprinkling a little bit, but that's okay. It is 42,773. So I bought this bike brand new in 2018, kind of later 2018. And yeah, I have been happy with it. She's paid off, so I don't have a payment. While those 2024s looked really nice, I don't have a payment on this thing, so we're going to hold on to it. But I'm going to kind of tell you what we've got with the bike front to back, and then we will just kind of go into review and tell you what I think about it. So first up on the front, top to bottom, we have the Memphis Shades windshield. We got the lower one. I don't remember the exact height, but we run this one in the summertime, and then I have a little bit taller one for the wintertime. They're kind of cheap and they work. So shout out to Memphis Shades. They make a good product and it doesn't bust the bank. Come down here, we have our Amazon off-road lights. It's a full kit. I probably do need to make a video about this. Comment down below if you want to know. This is a $650 kit with brackets, wiring, and the headlights. They work pretty well. I'm happy with them. And of course, they did not blow the budget. Come down here, we actually have something kind of expensive. It is a Hoffman Designs Shorty Bagger fender. We picked that up on a Black Friday deal. Coming around to the side, we have the La Pera kick-up seat, and pretty happy with it. I wish I would have gotten it with tuck and roll. It might have been a little bit better, but we've got this used. I've got this, and I also have a Saddleman road sofa that we bounce back and forth between. I'm not 100% happy with either one of them. They're really close, but I still feel like there might be some better options out there. But for now, I've put thousands of miles on both, and you know, they're not that bad. We have the Screaming Speed and Fab FXR style side covers. They're pretty cool. It's pretty much just an aesthetic thing. Eventually, we are going to get those painted, paint matched. I just been lazy and riding the bike. We have a Stealth exhaust with the reversion cone muffler. Pretty good exhaust for the price. Nothing really bad to say about it. We have the Arlen Ness Big Sucker intake. It's pretty cheap intake for what you get. Decent, really nice quality for like $150, so that's not bad. We got a cheap tank dash here with a cross thread gas cap. Make things look a little bit more streamlined. Into some more high dollar items, we have the Arlen Ness pullback risers with the gauge mount all in one. Pretty nice unit there. We have a Thrashin low bin bar, and we have, it's kind of hard to see, but we do have a Thrashin top plate. It gives you two options. You can mount there, and you even have a lock in there. So pretty cool. We're running our bar bag. You can get those at wretchedclothing.com. Just a little bar bag, keep a couple things. We have a Sony radio. I don't even know the model for this radio. Our last one burned up, and this was a gift from Merchant Biker Babe. Shout out to her. Appreciate you so much. We got a little bit of audio work. I'm not an audio guy, so it is what it is. It's just loud enough so I can hear it with a full face going 80 miles an hour down the highway. But we come back towards the back of the bike. We have standard bags on a special. If you do know, the specials came with the stretch bags. I was able to swap these out with somebody who had standard bags. Their bike got totaled. The bags were fine, so we swapped them out. Insurance took my standard bags. We have a Hogworks tour pack. It's the middle size. It's not the really short one. It's not the big one. It's the middle size. It does the job. It is nice when you're road tripping, and if the wife rides, gotta have it. And also, last but not least, we have Legends Revo A's in the back, 13-inch. Very, very important. That is the number one thing for this bike. Suspension. Stock suspension sucks. Get you a better suspension, even if it's just the rears. I haven't done anything in the front yet, and just the rears on its own made a huge difference. And we do have the Kuryakin Riot floorboards. The material is kind of coming apart on them, but they do the job. So yeah, that was a quick little overview of all the parts that I've put on the bike. I know that was kind of quick, but this isn't a review for the parts. If you saw something you want to see a video on, please comment down below, and I'll probably make one if I haven't already done so. But yeah, this is my 2018 Roadglide, 40-some thousand miles. It's been pretty good. I haven't had that many issues, but we have had a few. Nothing too crazy. But let's get into the issues we have had. So we've only changed the rear brakes. The front ones are pretty much coming up due, but we have changed the rear brakes. They were easy. That's expected. Obviously gone through multiple sets of tires. We have put on the A1 Cycles vented tube. There's a little filter that comes out, vents in there to help with the problem we have had of oil pushing out of the filter. Now, if you don't know on these bikes, the service manual is actually telling you to put too much oil in it. So if you go by the service manual and you fill this up, how much you think you're supposed to put in there, you're going to push oil out of this filter. It's going to blow. You have a lot of blow by, it's going to push oil. I run it lower now, like everyone says to do, either like half or almost a full quart lower, somewhere in that range. And with the crankcase being vented, it should help. Now Trask makes a transmission cover that does that better. Might be something we do in the future, not sure. And the only other problem I really have that was pretty much the bike's fault. We have had multiple issues with our head unit, but that's all been aftermarket stuff, so it's all been aftermarket stuff in the rain, burning up head units and stuff like that. The factory stuff never gave me any problems, so I'm not going to blame anything on Harley on that one. But the only other issue is, if you can tell, the rear pipe is nice blue and the front pipe is not. That means this rear pipe's getting really hot. Now this rear cylinder does run hotter, but not that hot. Pretty sure we have a either blown intake seal or the intake manifold is cracked. They're plastic, they're known to do that. With 40-some thousand miles, I would not be surprised. I don't think it's terrible, but I have seen that rear pipe glow hot when it's really cold outside and I'm running really high RPMs and speed. So yeah, that probably needs to get fixed. It's on the list of things to do. But overall, nothing too bad. I wanted to make this video around 40,000 miles. We're a little over that, but mainly because when I'm on the marketplace, I see a lot of bikes for sale that are like 30 to 35,000 miles, especially baggers. And obviously we'll find some with less miles than that, but like 30 to 35, there's this like stop. And then above that, it goes to like 60, 80,000 miles. You normally don't find bikes with like 40 to 50,000 miles on them. I think because the owners aren't selling them. I don't plan on selling mine. But I feel like 30,000 miles, a lot of people are getting to the point of like, all right, I want to try something new, and they sell it off. But the people who are going above that, I feel like they're keeping their bikes and they're riding them. So I thought maybe we'll do a 40,000 mile review. If you guys like it, we'll do an update like every 10,000 miles. So the next one would be like 50,000 miles. But overall, you know, there's always these horror stories about these bikes, especially in 2017, 2018, because this is 2018. I don't know if it is a later model year, like a later made one. I know I bought this in like July of 2018, so maybe it has one of the first updated oil pumps, but that engine's stock. Now, of course, a lot of people run into problems doing cams and motor work and all those type of things. We haven't had any issues, but I heard all the horror stories, so I was like, all right, if we blow the engine, we'll do some upgrade. I'm not gonna put stock stuff back in that motor. But it hasn't happened. I mean, you know, knock on wood, we've been very fortunate where this bikes just keep on running, and I've run the hell out of it. I've done like road trips in the summer. We went to California and back in the summer, so we spent multiple days in the desert going 114 degrees for days. Very, very hot, sweltering hot. I think that's where I picked up most of my intake problem, which is bad because we've been running that for a while, but oh well, things happen. I have been very diligent with oil changes, and I've only run synthetic oil. That's probably helped. It's an oil-cooled motor, so the oil is the lifeblood of this vehicle even more than a regular vehicle. So you got to stay up on your maintenance. But yeah, I've ridden in the snow, the freezing rain. I've ridden through like, I think 26 states at this point. So I've beat on it, and it's, you know, it's been okay with it. So my review is that things are going pretty well. I know a lot of people have had some issues, but there's a lot of bikes like this out there just continuing to run. And not even speaking on the maintenance or reliability side, which I haven't really had any issues, I do want to say that, but just the comfort and the bang for your buck. I mean, this bike was pretty good. When I bought it in 2014, it was, or 2018, sorry, it was $24,000. These bikes are still hard to get for around that price. Now, once the 2024s come out, don't get me wrong, the 2024s are a better deal. They're pretty good right now. I do think they're going to go up in price every year, like Harley did when they come out with the M8s. They come out swinging with a cheap price in 2017, and then they got more expensive every single year to the point where buying a 2023 bagger is like paying $1 million for a piece of gravel. It is worthless, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't plan on getting rid of this. I think it was a really good deal, really good purchase for me. Like I said, I don't have any bills on it other than insurance. And the stance is good. The riding is good. Honestly, it maneuvered better than the Dyna I had at the time. I didn't trade my Dyna in on it, but I rode one of these after riding my Dyna to the dealership, and I was like, whoa, this thing handles better than my Dyna does. That's amazing. So it wasn't, I think, 6 months after that, I had this. But yeah, I figured I'd take advantage of this crappy weather and just kind of do like a review of my 2018 Roadglide. This is where we're at, around the 40,000 mile mark. I do have some plans for it. We'll see if that happens. But the number one plan I have is really just to ride it. I ride it as much as I can, and me and the wife ride it. She enjoys riding it. So it's kind of like a daily rider, grocery getter type bike. So comment down below if you think this is a good deal. If you're interested in one of these, comment down below if you have any questions. If you have one of these and you have some stories or whatever with any problems, or if you got one that's rolling pretty good, let us know. I'd love to get some information on them. If you've made it this far, by all means, like this video. I know it's kind of like a weird, crazy format, but yeah, hopefully when we hit 50,000 miles, we'll do an update, see how the old girl's doing. Luckily, I don't have that much to report of anything that was, you know, this bike's doing or the manufacturer's doing, so I'm happy about that. If you're not subscribed, that'd be a great time to do so. I'd greatly appreciate it. And as always, keep it wretched.